The Prey is a 1983 slasher film that was shot in 2 weeks in 1979. It's your average run-of-the-mill backwoods slasher that is mildly entertaining despite its overuse of animal footage and slow pacing.
Didn't I tell you those gypsy bums had raped somebody?
You were right all along. I didn't believe it, but you were right.
In the 1940s, a band of traveling gypsies stopped by a small town near the California woods. One of the gypsies has an affair with a married woman who is caught and questioned after the fact by her redneck husband. The married woman lies and claims she was raped, causing her redneck hubby and his friends to go torch the gypsy camp, creating a giant forest fire and killing the entire band of gypsies. Flash forward to 1980, and a group of 3 couples are camping near the same location the arson murders took place. One by one, the friends are stalked and killed off until it is revealed a giant gypsy child known as the King of the Gypsies survived the fire and is now taking revenge on anyone who enters his woods. A forest ranger tries to rescue what's left of the friends, who have become prey for the mangled madman. The Prey is your prototypical early 80s slasher, featuring all the aesthetics and cliches we'd come to expect from the subgenre. We get a tragic backstory for the killer, a campfire ghost story, POV shots with heavy breathing, and stupid underdeveloped characters. The film isn't overly gory, and the movie features way too much animal footage to pad out the runtime. The killer is kept in the shadows for the majority of the runtime, and I did think he looked kind of cool when he was revealed in the end of the movie. There's a couple of off-screen kills and a lame death by sleeping bag. I did enjoy the film's musical score, which was effective and did add some suspense. The film's strongest strength is its atmosphere, as it does do a good job of creating some tension, even if the payoffs aren't the most exciting. This is one of the first films for special effects legend John Carl Buechler, but there really isn't anything too impressive in the effects department this go-around. All the characters are pretty forgettable and stock except for the park ranger, who comes off as rather odd and heroic. I'm not really sure why they chose to have the flashback scene in the 40s be intercut with the campfire tale. I think the film's pacing would have been greatly improved had they told the film in chronological order, and all the scenes taking place in the 40s be shown first, before time jumping to the 80s part of the narrative. Also, cutting out all the stock animal footage would have kept the pacing swift. And funny enough, when the film was released theatrically, the distributor wisely excised all the stock footage of animals and forest fires and cut the film down to a lean 80 minutes. The film's title is rather forgettable, but I've always liked the film's poster and the cool tagline of, "It's not human, and it has an axe," even though the killer is in fact human. The Prey is a low-budget slasher film that has an exciting final 20 minutes and an interesting preamble involving prejudice and revenge. It's not on the same caliber of other early 80s slashers like Friday the 13th, Just Before Dawn, or The Burning, but it is an interesting oddity. If you can sit through the boring dialogue, uninteresting characters, and stock footage that makes up the majority of the film's runtime, you may just find some fun to be had at the film's finale. But even after the more exciting climax, the movie doesn't really have any resolution or real conclusion.
We'll square it for your beautiful wife.
What are you guys going to do?
Don't you worry none, little darling. We'll get even for you.
Well, maybe we ought to just call the cops.
And let the whole world know what happened to Mary? My way is better.
What are you thinking? Please, can't we just forget the whole thing? I could stay home until they go away. Gypsies always go away.
Dave, you're an ass. Them gypsies ain't gonna hurt anybody. Hell, they're just bums who poach for a living.